It's simply about how can we change the sport of mixed martial art. Mixed martial art is the fastest growing sport in the world today. It is the biggest exposure platform of media in sports industry. It is the largest turnover in business wise in sports industry, from 1.2 million to 4.2 billion in sales in 15 years time. So this industry has great benefits, great potential, and a beautiful 25 years it has had, but it's still a young sport. What we want to do is how can we make this beautiful sport that is the only sport that has more globalization opportunity than football or soccer, how will you call it? How do we refine this and make sure that all of us have the opportunity to become superstars? Why not we have a mixed martial arts superstar from Philippines, from Middle East, from Europe, from India, from Pakistan, from Africa? Why not? Why do we have to be English speaking sport? Why can't we have a superstar who doesn't know how to speak English, but only is judged by his talent? Why not? We could have a talent. If I have a child, if I have a son, I would want my son to be judged in a sport that his dreams are to be the best in the sport, to be judged only by his talent. Not because how good is his hairstyle, not because how good he looks, how well he speaks English, or how well he can trash talk. Because my wife, his mother, never taught him how to trash talk. So why should his career be judged not on his talent but on his bad habits? This is something we cannot accept. This is a sport that has the opportunity to globalize, and we want to make sure that Brave Combat Federation, founded by His Highness's vision, was simply to make a platform that everybody can climb on and become superstars based on their talent. We have a history in the Kingdom of Bahrain of developing sports. So the question you could ask is, well said, Mr. President, but let me ask you a question. Maybe you speak really well, but what makes us confident to follow you and believe in what you say and say this is going to be not another Lady Gaga concert and go away and never come back? Why not, you know? Lady Gaga concert is good. I'm a fan of Lady Gaga. No disrespect. But what I'm trying to say is that it is, why do we have to believe in the vision? Why do we have to believe that there's a vision and not just another event that's going to come and go? I cannot say anything and convince you with that. I will tell you, you are the media platform, you are the journalist. You have internet and Google and Wikipedia to Google the history of sports and the Kingdom of Bahrain. Kingdom of Bahrain not only was the first GC country to find oil, we are also the first GC country to bring in F1, Formula 1 into the Gulf. We are the first GC country that bought in Challenge, which is a triathlon rival property to Ironman, if you have heard of Ironman. Challenge's net worth increased threefolds in a short period of time that Ironman said, you know what, I want to come in too. And Ironman came on board, and the biggest property of Ironman, Triple Crown, is the IP owned by Bahrain. The first Tour de France cycling team from the Kingdom of, from the whole of Gulf was Bahrain Merida, which is again from the Kingdom of Bahrain. But what about mixed martial art? What did you do for mixed martial art? I mean, great with other sports and all that stuff because those are mainstream sports. What did you do with mixed martial art? We didn't look at Brave as a property or financials. What we did was, let's go support the grassroots development. Let's support the future of mixed martial art. So who do we support? The International Mixed Martial Art Federation today, which is the grassroots development program for the amateur mixed martial athletes around the world. We took the world championships from UFC and Vegas's Fight Week to Brave International Combat Week from 2017 onwards. And 31 countries in UFC Fight Week was 31 countries attending the World Championship under IMAF. Once we took it in 2017, we hit skyrocket of 51 countries. I could be slightly wrong, it could be 50, 49 or 51, but we broke the record of countries. 2018, we re-hosted the event and we broke our previous record. Why? Because we are here to develop the grassroots development program and support the International Mixed Martial Art Federation, because that is the first step to develop the sport of mixed martial art, rather than looking at our brand's valuation of 1 billion or 2 billion or market share of 90%. That is least interest for us. We want to develop the sport, and that is our only goal. Change the game of mixed martial art. Bahrain as a country, I hope you guys know where Bahrain is. If I show you on the map, it's really small and I cannot spot it. But it's very interesting because the last Asian Games that happened in Jakarta, we had equal gold medals for athletics, which is under His Highness Shahid as well, as much as China. So we were first and second. Of course, China was first because they had more silver and bronze. But we have the same 12 gold medals, which makes us to show that although we are small, our heart is big and our aspiration and desire and vision is as big as China's land. You know, so this is where we want to end up to. In mixed martial art, we're the second best in the world today. after 2 years. In the amateur ranking in the world, we have this year we had Russia in the first place, Bahrain was in the second place. Overall rating, I think Sweden in the first place, Bahrain is in the second place in the world MMA ranking. Now the question the MMA journalists could ask is, what happened? We thought Dianne Woodley was the best fighter in the world, or we thought UFC fighters were the best fighter in the world. The question is, when the world comes together, you have the opportunity for the world athletes to represent. And when that happens, you question, where are those countries that we thought had the best fighters in the world today? And then you will see Russia taking the #1 position. We always knew Russians had the best fighters, but we never wanted to promote them. Why? Because they never knew how to speak English, maybe. So, how can I not promote you? That has been the problem of our country, and I believe, our community of mixed martial art, and I believe that MMA journalists, all of us should hold hands together, because thanks to UFC, mixed martial art is built. Thanks to UFC, we have an industry today for mixed martial art, and thanks to UFC, we have built a beautiful sport of mixed martial art that is unlike any other sport in the world today. Or it's time for us to move forward. We need to make the sport bigger. We need to say that if this sport globalizes at a fast pace, let's find a way to give opportunity to everybody else to be a part of it. Let's have a Filipino MMA Manny Pacquiao. Let's have Jarrah Salawi to the best 77 kg from the Middle East. Why not? Yeah. Let's say that African athletes are one of the best athletes in the world. Let's give them a platform to prove that. Why a continent like Africa is so big not have UFC, ONE FC, Jungle Fight, Bahama, Cage Warriors? Nobody go there. Why? Do you think Africa doesn't have talent? Nobody is going to question Africans' athletic talent, right? In any sport, they're there. So why not go there? Because you have economic problem. You think that you want to make your money back. So you gotta make a decision first, guys. Are you a business first or a sport first? Are you a business first or a sports first? What is your #1 priority? Business, great. But do not take the responsibility of taking the sports on your shoulder, because you cannot do it. Because your priority is a sport. The business. For us, the priority is a sport. We are into the sports business, not into the business sport. So we give priority to sport, and we are the first global mixed martial promotion to enter the continent of Africa twice in the same year. Twice in the same year, because they deserve it. We bought mixed martial Middle East and made the Middle Eastern athletes compete at a worldwide level, because we can. We went to Europe and took the European market to a global level because we can. We went to South America because they said that Brazil's economy is down, so let's not take more Brazilian fighters, because we're not going to sell tickets in USA with Brazilian fighters. Let's not go to Brazil 4 times a year, because we're not going to make sponsorship money and revenue from that event, because they don't have any more money to sponsor anymore. So let's leave Brazil. You leave Brazil, where the biggest MMA legends are born. You leave Brazil, where arguably MMA was created from, and you say you carry the sport on your shoulder. Let's do one thing. Let's go to Brazil. Why? They're not going to make money, because we can. Because they deserve it. Because we're just bring